information. I'm going to check my distance here. Okay, and then we're going to get started. 3, 2. Hi, everybody. Happy Monday. Hope you're all having an awesome, awesome day. If it says was live above my head, that means you're catching the replay of the video. Just type hashtag replay and then I can welcome you. Let me find you all on my page. Okay, so we have a bunch of cutouts, but I have the cutest little kit that I just put on my Etsy site yesterday that I wanted to show you how to make because it is adorable. Type the word goose, check your messages, and that should get you all that you need. All right, we're going to take my mat out. And we're going to start painting some things, okay? So first we are going to use my frame. So this I cut with my laser. We're just going to do a basic white here and black on the frame. So let's get started with that because white sometimes takes 2 coats. So I'm going to start with white and then move on. Let me know how your day was. I had a fine Monday. I really wanted to go live with you guys with this yesterday, but I was not feeling like my normal energetic Nancy. I was pretty tired most of the day, so I did some things, but you guys know I'm super busy. So I napped, which is unheard of anymore, and I did some cutting and got all my shipping out, and if you got an order from me on Etsy, I'm all caught up. Everything is out and gone, so you should have those any day. But I was logy all day. Jason and I went to a movie. That was not a good one. He and I both were like, that was bad. And that's saying something because Jace likes every movie we go to, like every single movie. But we did not enjoy this one, so whatever. But I just kind of laid around all day. So I could not, or the majority of the afternoon into the evening. I really thought, well, I'm going to perk up, but I didn't. But here I am back to my normal self. Maybe I just needed a good rest. That happens to everybody, I guess, sometimes. So all day I've been like, I'm so excited to do this with you guys today. So when you get here, type the word goose. That's going to get you all the paste colors I used. And then you can head on over to my Etsy site and grab this kit. All right, so I've got my frame painted. Let me see who's here. And I'm just going to leave all my brushes out because I may need things as we go. So let me pop on and see who's here. Hi, everybody. Hello, hello. If you're not in the broadcast channel, make sure you get in there so you'll be notified when I go live. Hi, Janet. What movie? It was called, I didn't say. I got to think of the name. I don't remember the name. Christy, hello. Christy McKinney, how are you? Hi, Janet and Amanda and Mary Ann and Patricia and Irene and Donna. Lori Jackson, welcome to my page. Hi, Maud. Guys, hit the heart button if you just got here, okay? That helps me so much. The name was like, hey, girl, don't, or hey, don't, or I don't know. Just don't. I do not recommend. It was terrible. All right, so this is one of the cutouts we have. We're going to paint this in white. This is so adorable, you guys. This brought me so much joy to put to when I saw it. I'm like, I have seriously got to make this. So here we are. I couldn't wait till September for our next craft box to do this. And I was debating between 2 things. So I decided this is a surprise kit that will be available for you on my Etsy site. And then I went another way with the craft box. So there we go. This was my planning. All right, so we have that white. What else? Do I need anything else white? No. So you're going to get this little goose shape. It goes with the ghost. So you don't need to paint this part, just the feet on this one. So let me just set that one aside. Oh, but this one, we need white for just like the top half. So we'll paint that. Tell me what you guys are up to today. This is mostly, you know what, I'll just paint the whole thing. Who cares? We really only need the top half covered white, but and this will take 2 coats for sure. White almost always does. So we'll get that coated once. Hi, Dinah. Welcome from Mississippi. So glad you're here. Okay, so we've also got this little pumpkin jack-o'-lantern. We are going to paint this, of course, in marmalade, which is this beautiful, beautiful chalk paste color. We're going to get our beaks out because those are going to also be in marmalade. And what else? There's another little beak. You'll see when it all gets put together. You're going to love this. Oh, and this one, I need to paint in white also a little bit. Okay, let's move this over. I just like to have light colors together because it makes life a little easier to paint. Okay, and for this one, we'll come back and do the white part. No, we'll do the white part now. We'll go back and do the white part. Hope you guys are good. So we're going to paint all of this. A lot of this one is going to be covered also, but we're going to just paint the whole thing just so we make sure we get it all and the whole face. And I'll worry about the details. The hat is going to be majority black, so even if I get some white on it, I'm going to be able to cover it. So I'm not worried about that. We'll just go in with like a detail brush for that. So I think that's the only white. Okay. Then we're going to paint. I don't know that you can see. I'm going to slide this across. Hold please while I move everything. We're going to slide this so you can see what I'm doing. And now we're going to paint all of this in our marmalade. Now my brushes are very wet because I just cleaned them just before I went live because of course they were not clean. So I'm going to go ahead and give this jack-o'-lantern a quick painting. And these little blobs are their beaks. Guys, you know when you just see something that makes you smile, you know you need to do it. Okay, and then I'm going to paint, oh, I need this one too. Now this one without the face, you really just need to paint the feet, okay? So that's what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to paint the legs and the feet. All the way down, and we may need 2 coats, we'll see. And then same with this one. Now this one, the majority of him is going to be covered, so we won't have to worry about him. Or her. The geese. Keyword is goose if you just got here. I hope this, in the end, brings you as much joy as it brought me. Okay, so we've got all that. Okay, let me just see. I have this little belt. This needs to be painted black. Hi, Linda. How are you? Hi, last week I was able to catch live. Kids back at school on the 2nd. Long day, then barn. You know the drill. Thank you, though, Kelly. I appreciate you catching the replay. Hi, Chris. How are you? How are you? Okay, I'm going to go in with some small black areas. We're going to paint this belt. No. Let me think about this. Yes, the belt's going to be black. And the hat on this goose is also going to be black. And then, except for the band, not the band, I should have painted the band first, actually. That's okay. We can always go back and touch it up. Not a big deal. But we're going to paint our goose's hat. Hi, Linda. Hi, Sarah. How are you? All right. I'm going to get this all painted. Now, guys, there's only a few days left to be able to enroll in the Perks program for 50% off. That is only available through August 31st. So if you're not in that Perks program, which basically, guys, that just allows you to shop at a discount. Like, it lets you shop at 30% off for the next 30 days, as many times as you like. But even if you just are using it once, you are going to, you're going to save 30%. There's no catch. You can cancel that anytime. There's no minimum purchase. There's no maximum purchase. I did a really good job of painting around his face. Her face. But I can always fix it. Okay, black, black. Okay, then you're also going to get inside of the jack-o'-lantern's eyes and nose and mouth. And you can paint these yellow or black, whatever you prefer. I'm going to go with black this time. But if you want it to look like it's lit up, then go ahead and paint it yellow. Oh, Kelly, I took it to school. But did I post it on my stories? I feel like I posted it on my stories. I don't know if I did or not. I meant to. Thank you for the reminder, though, but I forgot. I mean, I'd take it to school, so. And I wish I would have showed you guys the school bus that I made also for August. I made a school bus, Kelly, kind of in the same, you know, basically it said Miss Augustin's class book. If you're new here, I teach kindergarten, so that's what we're talking about. And I made some book covers. Our class makes a book all together. Okay, now I think I am done with black. Okay, then we have a few other pieces, okay? So we get this is the top of the pumpkin. I'm actually thinking, do I want this all? Let me think about this. We are going to paint the stem in green. Hey, just send me some inspiration, Kelly. I'm your girl. We're going to do the stem green, which is this beautiful ivy, but you can use any green you have on hand. And then this is basically the top of this pumpkin. So then I think I'm going to paint the rest of it in marmalade with just my brush instead of my foam brush. Which maybe I should have done the marmalade first, but here we are. But here we are. You guys getting a vibe for what we're going to make here? Okay, then I have two little buckles that go with the witch. Oh, I think those are black also. Yes, we're going to paint those black also. So there's two, a small one for the hat and a large one for down here. Hi, Tanya. Okay, so we're painting the buckle. And then we also have this little teeny tiny, like a tie. It's a little bow. But I gotta get this piece out. Hang on one second. And of course my little poker is gone, but there we go. So you have this little tie, but I'm not sure what color I want that yet. Okay, so the last thing we're gonna paint is this cape, and this cape goes with the witch also. So what I'm gonna do with that is drop it, and then we're gonna paint the top in Lagoon, which is this beautiful blue that you guys know I love. And there are these score lines here you'll be able to see. You can tape them off if you like. So we're going to paint this in straight Lagoon, and then we're going to take a little tray here, and we're going to put a whole bunch of Lagoon here. And then we're going to put some white on here, and then we're just going to mix it. Because what I want is this to be basically a shade of Lagoon, but a lighter shade. Okay, and then we're going to paint this part in this color. In our new color, Light Lagoon, we'll call it. I didn't know if you guys knew you could mix your paste, but you totally can. And if you wanted to save it and, you know, like make a bunch of it, you could just get those little Dollar Tree jars and save it in there with like a little spritz of water. That would work also. And then I want to do the band. I don't know if I want to do the band in the dark color. Yes, I'm going to do the band in regular Lagoon. Hi, Amanda. Oh, does it match my dress? Isn't it so pretty, this color here? Okay, we're going to do this band in just Lagoon. Today I am not very good at painting a straight line. I don't know why. I got it in my black, but whatever, we'll fix it. So this means if I have, this is going to go there. So this is going to be our light color. Our little bow is going to be the lighter color. The bow is going to go here like it's tying the cape on, okay? Now, I think I've got everything painted the way I want them. Basically, I'm going to give this one more little coat. Today, I was telling, here's story time with Nancy. On the playground, it's a lot. It's very hot today. 97. One of the little girls was like, I'm hot. And I said, honey, you're wearing pants to school. It's like 1,000,000 degrees. You should wear shorts under your dress instead of pants. And she said, I said, well, tell mommy to wear shorts underneath because then you'll be, you know, cooler because we are going to go out. And she's like, last year and the year before that, every teacher told my mommy, and she doesn't listen. It's no use. It's no use telling her, she said. Oh my God, I was cracking up. It's no use. I said, well, Miss August is very persuasive. I will talk to her. So we'll see. We have conferences on Friday, so we'll see if I can talk her into it. I'm going to give these feet one more little coat here of the marmalade. You think I do paint train? Hi, Carol. I'm glad you caught me live. I'm so glad you guys are here. Anyway, I said Miss Augustine's very persuasive. I will talk to her. I mean, you can't make people listen, but I don't know what it is about our parents, but they insist on overdressing the kids in the summer. And honestly, you guys, I'm very sensitive about it because I had a student basically almost faint from heat stroke one time. And it was because I didn't realize how many layers she had on when we were outside. And I thought, why is she like that? I came running with, I mean, it was a scare. I've been teaching 30 years. It was the scariest teaching moment I ever had. I came running in the school carrying her and whatever. She ended up being fine, but I don't, as I like to say, I will rescue you, but I don't want to have to rescue you. It was very scary to me. So we'll have a chat on Friday. We'll see how that goes. All right, I guess I'm just going to give these bigger pieces one more good coat. A real thin, good coat here. And then definitely I'm going to do the white again. Okay, everything else is good. We're going to cover that up. The green is fine. We're going to do the white. We're going to do the white. It's funny because, like, in Texas, it's so hot. I don't understand the reason to overdress. I get when you live somewhere cold. Like that, I get. But I don't get that in the summer. Okay, we're giving these one good coat because we want this white to be brighter. I may have to touch that guy up there. And we're going to do our little ghost goose. And we're going to paint real quick. I should have done this first, but we're going to do it now. We're going to give our frame one more good white coat. What were you guys up to this weekend? Like I said, we went to the movies on Sunday. We didn't do a lot though. I was kind of, I don't know, like I said, I was just run down, I think. More on Sunday than Saturday. Okay, I think that's good. I think we're good. Okay. Okay, we're going to put away our blue. The bases, okay, so all of these geese are going to stand up. Maybe we'll just paint them black super quick. It doesn't matter. They can stay brown. But I'm just thinking they can be black. Black will be quick and easy. I may have to do two because my brush is very, very wet. Let's do this. Okay. Again, the black, this part is just optional. You could totally leave them white. Okay, and oh, shoot. Well, it's fine. Okay, we're going to pull this off, and we're just going to set the geese aside to dry for just a minute. If you're just getting here, type the word goose, check your messages, say hi. Let me know if you have any questions at all. We're going to just dry this frame and get this going. And then we're going to put our geese together. They're so cute. I promise you. Okay. Okay, so once this is dry, you want to sand and wax your board. Anytime you put one of the sticky transfers from my shop in on paint, you want to lightly sand it just to smooth out your paint. And then, of course, my paper towel fell in there. Hang on, let me go grab it. It literally fell as far away from me under my table as possible. Here it is. You guys are so quiet. You sure you don't have anything to say in the comments? Are you positive? Okay. Get your sanding dust off. And you're going to apply surface wax, okay? Just a very light amount, you guys. Light, like so lightly. You're going to rub it in there and then rub it all. This is so small amount. Okay, and then if you're worried about it, you can take a paper towel to buff it back. I usually just flip over my pad and buff back the wax like that, okay? But if this starts to build up and you're not ready to clean it, just take your paper towel and buff it back. This should feel really slippery. Amanda, you guys are just concentrating on me. But guys, it's so much more fun when we can chat. Okay, then we're going to take a reusable silkscreen transfer. I thought this one was appropriate. It says Happy Halloween, and I've used this a few times. These are reusable. They're silkscreen. You just want to put a little bit of fuzz on the back, okay, just like so, and then you're going to just lay it down on your board. Now, I have a separate cutout you could totally use. Where you get the words and the frame that looks like this. I'm just using a simple frame today, but you could totally, you know, use that one instead of this one if you want. Hi, Patricia. How are you? I do have the cutouts for the Happy Halloween. I'm just doing this simple on a board. So you could use any frame. I'm just trying to decide, do I just want to do... You know, we're going to do the whole thing. This is going to mainly be covered by our frame, but I'm just going to keep it simple and chalk the whole thing. You might see it, I don't know. We're going to do this whole thing in black and white. This is going to be the cutest little table decor. It's hot here today. We are supposed to hit 96. Same. The feels like at 2 o'clock here in Plano, where I teach, was 97 this afternoon, I think. I don't know what the regular temperature is, but we're supposed to have like some front come through, which would be lovely, and then bring it down into the 80s, which is super nice. I'm good. Hi, Patricia. 2 Patricias. All right, then you just want to lift. You don't want to take a lot of time and let that dry in there. You just want to do about that quick. And here we have Happy Halloween, very simple. And then this you're just going to clean in your sink with water and a board eraser. Okay, and I'm going to clean it later. You don't need to watch it. I clean transfers a lot on this page. Call it what you want. Okay, and then we're going to put this right on top like that. So I'm just going to, because while we're waiting, we're going to get this frame on and let it sit up a little bit. I use Gorilla Wood Glue with all of my cutouts. It seems to hold the best. Hot glue is not going to last forever, guys, so don't just use hot glue. And then when your glue peeks out the sides, it's going to dry, but I do clean it up with my finger. Get a paper towel. I mean a baby wipe here. Okay. And then we'll just let that dry. We're going to set this aside. This is just very simple. We're going to put a little standing hanger on the back. Actually, we can do that now. Do I want one or two? Probably get away with just one. We're going to put one on the back. And you can get these on my Etsy site also, the little hangers. I think I have them as a set of 4. And then they come like this, and then you just put this in it and it'll hold it up. So for now, we're just gonna let this dry. Over here. Let's get our geese put together. Okay. So let me get all the pieces off. We'll dry them. Guys, these are so cute. Tell me in the comments, do you have porch geese at your house that you dress up for the holidays? Do you know somebody who does that? This is the vibe that we're doing today. And this brought me joy. I may send this to my daughter, who absolutely loves porch geese. My mother-in-law has one that she dresses up, and Caitlin has already called dibs on it. And my grandma had one that my daughter loved. So this made me think of Caitlin when I was making it. Okay, so we've got all our pieces. Hang on, let me get this cover back on my mat here. Okay. No geese? Oh my goodness. I don't have them either, but my, like I said, my grandma, my mother-in-law do. Maybe it's a generational thing. I want to get these dry before we start piecing them together. I don't have geese either, but I'm going to have these guys. See, everything is mainly dry, except for my pumpkin and a couple little spots. Okie doke. Here we go. I think those are ready. All right. Everything's dry, ready to piece together. Let's work on the ghost first. So what you want to do is find the right mouth. There is some scoring lines, so that will give you the right one. I don't know. It's got to be this one. Did I do it backwards? No. Oh, because I had it wrong. It goes like that, everybody. Okay, where's my glue? All right, so we're going to glue him down. And again, I'm using my wood glue, but you can use whatever brand you like. And then we're going to put the goose on top of this. So he's going to be dressed up like whatever it's called, a ghost. This is why you don't have any marks on him. So we're going to put the clothes on the geese now. Okay, so this one's pretty simple, and we'll put some details on it in a minute. Okay, and then the next one, we're going to put the pumpkin on, and that's going to go down here. We will put the eyes in and everything in a little bit. We're going to line it up pretty low. And then we're going to put in the pieces for the face. And just a dot of glue. I got way too much glue. In the mouth and the eyes. Now, I'm not sure if the bigger triangle is the nose. This is so joyful to me. Hit the heart button, guys. Let me know what you think. Got too much paint in this when I painted it. Hit the heart button. All right. Why won't this one go in? Do I have it backwards? I know they go, oh, I painted the wrong side, that's why. Totally painted the wrong side, you guys. Let me paint it really quick. Where's my black? There's white. Let's paint the right side. They will fit perfectly if you paint the right side. Whoops. We'll put that eye in a minute. No biggie, just flip it over, paint the right side. And while that is, oh, let's put the geese's nose on. My porch geese are alive. You have a real geese. That's fun. Okay, and then the hat goes like that. You guys, this is so adorable. I think. Okay, so we're gonna set this aside because the little eye is still drying. And let's work on the witch. Okay, the first thing is the buckle. That's gonna go here. And so see, this was supposed to be this color. That's two things I painted wrong. That's all right. Let's just paint over it. Two things I painted in the wrong color, but not a big deal. You can go back over it. And real messy. Alive and messy, huh, Kelly? Okay. Let's put his nose on while that's drying. I'm going to put his little nose on. Just like that. Okay. Then, this is going to kind of angle up like this. So we want glue here where these paint lines are and up here. Just like that. And then your buckle's gonna go here. And again, you get this little tiny buckle. That'll go up at the top where the band of the hat is. And then her little ribbon is going to go right there to tie off her cape. Okay. Now, while some of these are, those are all the pieces. I'm going to put the eye back in this guy. And then we're going to add some detail lines. Okay. So we're going to get out our markers. I already have black. I'm thinking I want white though. Do I want white or just stay with black? So on the feet, I think what I want to do is just do like a little upside down V. Maybe trace the outline of the foot and the leg with my marker. These are the Sharpie paint markers, but you can use any, you know, whatever you like. This is just what I like. I think for the eyes, I'm just going to, there's some score lines here. I'm going to just do my best to stay in those lines. Just making a circle, coloring it in best I can. Here's our goose so far. Isn't that so cute? Okay, you guys, be excited. All right, and then I'm just going to extend these lines, some of them, okay? So I'm just going to go like that. Okay, just so it looks so we give them a little more dimension. Isn't that so cute? Okay, and then let's go to our pumpkin, and we're going to do the eyes again. Okay. And then, should we put any dots on the nose? I feel like we should do that. Just to give them a little more interest, I guess. I am not being perfect with the eyes. Guys, nothing has to be perfect on my page. Super cute. Okay, then I think for the same thing, I'm going to just do some of the creases. And I was going to maybe do white, but now I'm thinking I'm just going to do everything in black here. And I'm just kind of tracing it on the edge. Also just to kind of clean it up. Maybe we'll do some creases going this way. Like that. I'm going to take my marker and clean up my band because I was really heavy-handed with my teal. And it went into my black, so nobody likes that. So I'm just cleaning that up. I'm going to clean up the edges here. What do you guys think? So cute. Well, I'm glad you like it. Okay, now we're going to work on our pumpkin. Now, he doesn't need a lot, but I would say, I'm just going to trace this. And then maybe the lines. Just where like it goes like that. I'm doing that, and then maybe we're going to go around the outer line of our goose. Clean up our edge. Clean up this edge because I'm not a good painter. Probably you're better than I am on that. Let's get the white around the ghost off. Because these are going to be standing up, you're going to see the edge. And just make sure you get them all beautiful. I think these are adorable, you guys. Hit the heart button for me. Sprinkle the video. Let me get all this standing now for you. So here's our Happy Halloween sign. This should stand. Okay. And then we'll get our geese. Now, certain geese go in certain ones, so you may just have to play with it a minute. They line up just the way they're supposed to line up. You may have to turn them or whatever, but once you get it, you'll get it, okay? So we're just going to get this in. I'm going to make it so I can take these off, but you could glue these in if you like. What do you guys think? Aren't they so cute? Thanks for the hearts. I was feeling like you guys were not impressed, but maybe you were. Hi, Eileen. Hi, Teresa. Thank you, guys. Okay, I think this one goes with this one. Or does it go this way? It definitely matters. Hang on. It definitely matters which one goes where. Okay, and then this one. I think this is so fun. I could not wait to do this with you guys. All right, I'm trying to see it over there. Here, we'll put these guys on one side and this on the other side. What do you think? Oh, I don't know if you can see that. Can you? Hang on, let me... Oh, yeah, you can see it. How cute! I love it. So now instead of porch geese, you can have table geese. These bring me joy like you would not believe. You can paint them any color you like, of course. They're on my Etsy site right now. I hope you love them. I hope you love them. All right, guys, have an awesome, awesome rest of your day. And we'll see you very, very soon, okay? Bye, everybody. All right, let me... All right, YouTubers. Same for you.